My fiancée said, my bachelorette party is a week-long Vegas trip with my male bestie. Deal with it. I replied, have fun. Then I organized my own bachelor party. The trip was canceled when her bestie saw who I invited. I, 28 male, was 6 months away from my wedding when my fiancé dropped a bomb that made me question everything. We were sitting at dinner, going over wedding plans. Venue booked, caterers selected, invitations ready to send. Then Jenna casually mentioned her bachelorette party plans. So I've decided on Vegas for my bachelorette. Week-long trip, gonna be epic. Sounds fun. Who's going? Oh, just me and Marcus. I put down my fork. Marcus? Just you two? She rolled her eyes. Don't start, he's my best friend. Your straight male best friend. So, we've been friends since college, you know this? Yeah, but a week in Vegas, just the two of you? For your bachelorette party? She leaned back, crossing her arms. This is exactly why I didn't want to tell you. I knew you'd make it weird. I'm not making it weird. It is weird. Bachelorette parties are supposed to be with your girlfriends. Says who? It's my party. I can celebrate however I want. Marcus and I have been planning this trip forever. Planning it forever? This is the first I'm hearing about it. Because I knew you'd react like this. Look, Marcus is basically like a brother to me. Nothing has ever happened between us. You need to trust me. It's not about trust, it's about respect. How would you feel if I went on a week-long bachelor party with just one woman? She laughed. Actually laughed. That's different. How? Because I trust you. Clearly you don't trust me. Jenna, this has nothing to do with trust. It's about boundaries, about what's appropriate when you're about to get married. Her face hardened. I'm going on this trip, Brandon. It's already booked. Marcus took time off work. This is happening. And if I'm not comfortable with it, she shrugged, then deal with it. I'm not canceling my trip because you're insecure. Insecure? Jenna, any reasonable person would have an issue with this. Well then I guess I need someone less reasonable. This is who I am, Brandon. I have male friends. I'm not changing that for you or anyone else. The conversation went in circles for another hour. Every concern I raised was met with accusations of being controlling, jealous, or insecure. By the end, she was basically telling me to accept it or leave. Fine, I finally said. Have fun on your trip. She smiled, thinking she'd won. See, was that so hard? I smiled back. Not at all. That night I lay awake thinking. Not about whether to call off the wedding, that decision was already made in my heart, but about how to handle this situation. I could just break up with her, return the ring, cancel everything. But something about her smugness, her complete dismissal of my feelings, made me want to do something more. Then it hit me. The next morning I started making calls. Hey Marcus, I said when he picked up. It's Brandon. Oh, hey man, what's up? Heard about the Vegas trip? Sounds fun? Yeah, Jenna said you were cool with it? Totally cool with it. In fact, I'm planning my own bachelor party for the same week. Oh, cool. Where are you guys going? Still figuring it out. Hey, quick question. Is Lauren still single? Silence. Then Lauren? My ex Lauren? Yeah. Haven't seen her in forever. Thought I might invite her to my party. You know, since we're all just friends and stuff. What? Well, you know how it is. She's a good friend, practically like a sister to me. You wouldn't have a problem with that, right? Brandon, that's different. How so? You know why. Lauren and I have history. So, you and Jenna have history too. All those late-night study sessions in college, that spring break trip to Cancun. Nothing happened on that trip. I'm not saying it did. Just like nothing's gonna happen with me and Lauren. We're all adults here, right? Marcus was quiet for a long moment. Does Jenna know you're inviting Lauren? Not yet. Wanted to run it by you first, friend to friend. I don't think that's a good idea, man. Why not? If you trust Jenna and Jenna trusts me, then what's the issue? More silence. Then, I gotta go, talk later. He hung up. I smiled and made my next call. Lauren? Hey, it's Brandon. Yeah, Jenna's fiancé. Listen, weird question. Update 1. Lauren was surprisingly cool about the whole thing. When I explained the situation, she laughed for a solid minute. Wait, she's doing a week-long bachelorette party with just Marcus? In Vegas? Yup, and she doesn't see why that's weird? Nope. Apparently I'm just being insecure and controlling. Holy shit, okay, I'm in. When do we leave? Well, here's the thing. I'm not actually going anywhere with you. I just need Marcus to think I am. I explained my plan. Lauren was all for it. Turns out she had some unresolved feelings about how her relationship with Marcus ended. He'd been texting Jenna behind her back for months before they broke up, and this seemed like poetic justice. Over the next few days, I put my plan into motion. I created a group chat for my bachelor party and added a bunch of my friends, plus Lauren. Then I started dropping details. Alright guys, bachelor party is officially same week as Jenna's, thinking cabin by the lake. Bro, that sounds sick. I haven't been to the lake in forever. This is gonna be so fun. Lauren, you're the best for agreeing to be our designated driver. Anything for the groom to be. I made sure to post about it on social media too. Nothing obvious, just excitement about my epic bachelor party week and how grateful I was for amazing friends like Lauren stepping up. Marcus texted me that evening. Dude, we need to talk. What's up? This thing with Lauren. It's not cool. Ugh. What thing? She's just coming to my bachelor party. Lots of people know what you're doing. Having a party with friends? Yeah, guilty. It's inappropriate. How? You know how. Spell it out for me. He didn't respond, but I knew the seed was planted. 2 days later, Jenna confronted me. She came home from work, absolutely fuming. Lauren? Really? What about her? You invited her to your bachelor party? Yeah, she's a friend. Problem? Don't play dumb. You did this to get back at me. Get back at you for what? I thought we were cool with each other having friends of the opposite sex. That's what you said, right? This is different. How? She's Marcus's ex. So, they broke up years ago. Ancient history. Besides, Lauren and I are just friends. Practically siblings. You trust me, don't you? She glared at me. You're being petty. I'm following your rules. You said it's okay to go on trips with opposite-sex friends. I'm just doing what you're doing. It's not the same. Explain how. She couldn't. She stormed off and spent the night at her sister's place. The next morning, I got a call from Marcus. Alright man, you made your point. What point? Look, maybe the Vegas thing isn't, maybe we should include more people. Oh, now you want to include more people? I'm trying to be reasonable here. Reasonable? Interesting. When I expressed concerns, I was being insecure. But when you have concerns, you're being reasonable? It's not. Look, can we just talk about this? Sure. Come over tonight, bring Jenna. Update 2. They showed up around 7 p.m. Jenna looked pissed. Marcus looked uncomfortable. Good. So, I said, pouring drinks. What's the issue? Jenna jumped right in. You know what the issue is. You're trying to manipulate the situation. Manipulate? I'm planning a bachelor party, just like you planned your bachelorette party. With Marcus's ex, with a friend who happens to be Marcus's ex, just like Marcus is your friend who happens to be your ex hookup. We never hooked up, they both said in unison. A little too quickly. Right, that spring break trip to Cancun was totally platonic. They exchanged a look. Jenna's face went red. That was before I even met you. I'm not judging, just pointing out the hypocrisy. Marcus leaned forward. Look, Brandon, I get it. You're upset about the Vegas trip, but this thing with Lauren is exactly the same situation, I finished. You're going on a week-long trip with someone you have history with. I'm going on a trip with a group that includes someone you have history with. If one is okay, both are okay. It's not the same, Jenna insisted. Then explain the difference, without using double standards. They couldn't. They tried for 20 minutes, but every argument they made could be flipped right back on them. Finally, Marcus said, what if we compromise, shorten the trip to a weekend, invite more people? I shook my head. That ship has sailed. You both made it very clear that I was being unreasonable for having concerns, that I needed to deal with it. So I am, by planning my own trip. You're doing this out of spite, Jenna accused. I'm doing this out of fairness, equal rules for both of us. If you go on this trip with her, we're done, Jenna threatened. I laughed. We're already done. You made that clear when you dismissed my feelings and told me to deal with it. Her face went white. What? I pulled out my phone, showed her the emails. I've already contacted the venue, the caterers, everyone. Canceling the wedding, you can keep the ring. Consider it a parting gift. You're serious? Dead serious. You showed me exactly how much my feelings matter to you, how much respect you have for our relationship. Why would I marry someone who thinks so little of me? Brandon, wait. Let's talk about this, Marcus said. We did talk, multiple times. I was told I was being insecure and controlling, that I needed to trust her. Well, trust goes both ways, and respect is non-negotiable. Jenna started crying. You're throwing away 3 years over one trip? No, I'm ending a relationship where my partner thinks it's acceptable to dismiss my concerns and do whatever she wants regardless of how I feel. The trip just showed me who you really are. I'll cancel it. I'll cancel the trip. Now? After all this? Because you're facing consequences, not because you understand why it was inappropriate in the first place? She had no answer to that. Final update. It's been 3 months since I called off the wedding. The fallout was intense. Jenna tried everything. First came the anger, blowing up my phone, showing up at my work, telling everyone I was a controlling psycho who ruined her life over jealousy. When that didn't work, she switched to bargaining. She'd cancel the trip, go to couples therapy, whatever I wanted. But here's the thing. It was never about the trip. Not really. It was about respect. About having a partner who considers your feelings when making decisions, who doesn't dismiss your concerns as insecurity, who doesn't use manipulation tactics like "if you trusted me" to get their way. The wedding cancellation cost me about $8 in deposits, worth every penny for the education it provided. The interesting part? Marcus and Jenna are together now. Officially. Started dating about a month after our breakup. Funny how the brother-sister relationship changed so quickly once she was single. Lauren and I, we actually did become friends through all this. No romantic interest on either side, but she's a cool person. She told me Marcus had been texting her after the confrontation, trying to convince her not to go on my bachelor party. When she asked why it mattered since nothing would happen, he couldn't give a straight answer. The panic in his voice, she told me over coffee last week. He knew exactly how inappropriate their trip was. He just thought you'd roll over and accept it. My friends have been supportive. My family, less so initially. My mom especially kept pushing for reconciliation. All couples have disagreements, she'd say. But when I explained the full situation, really broke down how Jenna had acted, even she admitted I'd dodged a bullet. The last text I got from Jenna was 2 weeks ago. Jenna, I hope you're happy. You ruined everything over your stupid ego. I didn't respond. There was nothing to say. She still doesn't get it. Still thinks this was about ego or jealousy rather than basic respect and boundaries. Marcus reached out once too, about a month after they went official. Marcus, hey man, I know things ended badly, but I want you to know nothing happened in Vegas. We only got together after you guys broke up. I actually laughed at that one. Did he really think I was that stupid? But I just replied, me, congratulations. You two deserve each other. And they do. Two people who think boundaries don't apply to them, who use manipulation instead of communication, who prioritize what they want over their partner's feelings. They're perfect for each other. As for me, I'm doing great. Started dating again recently. Nothing serious yet, but I'm in no rush. The experience taught me valuable lessons about red flags, boundaries, and self-respect. Oh, and the best part? Heard through mutual friends that their Vegas trip never happened. After our confrontation, Marcus suddenly couldn't get the time off work, and they had to cancel. Funny how that worked out. Guess the trip wasn't as important as they claimed when there might be actual consequences. Looking back, I'm grateful Jenna showed me who she really was before we got married. Divorce is a lot messier than calling off a wedding, and I learned that when someone shows you they don't respect you, believe them the first time. The moral of the story? Don't let anyone gaslight you into thinking your boundaries are unreasonable. If something feels wrong, it probably is. And if your partner's response to your concerns is to dismiss them and tell you to deal with it by leaving.